European qualifiers, game day 3 Group C battle between Serbia and Türkiye. Switzerland and Bosnia and Herzegovina also playing tonight in Group C, and then Switzerland and Bosnia and Herzegovina, the same two teams. In fact, tonight Türkiye will be at home against Serbia in a few days' time, and Bosnia and Herzegovina will also go up against Switzerland again. Here are the standings. You can see that after the first window, Türkiye and Serbia up at the top, both at 2-0. Bosnia and Herzegovina and Switzerland down at 0-2, and it almost wasn't that way, especially for Serbia. They had to hold on. They had to grind out a couple of close wins in that first window, and especially going up against Switzerland. Serbia were really pushed to the limit. They've had some incredible come from behind wins, but they did it. You know, Türkiye, meanwhile, have had some tough draws, I would suggest, in recent years, and they have taken nothing for granted. They came out and played exceptionally well in the first window and got those wins. But again, you look at Serbia here, and they could very easily have lost that opening game to Switzerland. Switzerland got out and led incredibly by 23 points, but they came unstuck in that fourth quarter, and especially overall in the second half. But they were up 57-34 in the first half, at halftime, in fact. So Serbia avoided a massive defeat. Kind of brought back memories, in fact, Serbia coming from behind to beat Australia in the quarterfinals at the 2024 Olympics in Paris. And following that, they had their Balkan battle with Bosnia and Herzegovina, and they only won that one 74-72. And they had to outscore their host 23-14 in that fourth quarter. So the good news is, if you're Serbia, you always feel like you got a chance going into that fourth quarter if you're trailing, and you're trailing by a lot. But the bad news is they're playing a good team tonight, and they might not be able to navigate a huge comeback against a country of this quality. Remember, Türkiye made it to the Eurobasket final last year, and they also beat Serbia along the way. Now, the national anthems. Well, the fun is about to begin. In fact, the fun has already begun. The atmosphere, as always, in Belgrade, one of the hotbeds of international basketball overall, always rocking. It is part of every person's inner being in this country. Trust me, folks, they know their basketball. And the results of their national team have been really good over the years. Johan Rosso, the crew chief from France in the middle, Martins Kozlauskas from Latvia on the left, and Zdenko Tomasovic from Slovakia on the right. And Nikola Kalinic being honored here before the game. You can see Metejan Bersin, Jetty Osman, Tariq Baberovic, Ercan Osmani, and Omar Yurtseven in the starting five. So you got a couple of Panathinaikos players in that starting five for Türkiye. Seamus Hazer, Jitan Saibir, Sertaç Stanley, Furkan Korkmaz, John Korkmaz, Onura Bitim, Berk Erlu, and Furkan Korkmaz coming off the bench for Ergin Ataman. Also, well, let's just say it. I mean, he's one of the greats right now. You know, if you judge a coach purely on results, he gets results, good results wherever he is. And I would suggest worth the price of admission if you go to his press conferences. He's always a lot of fun. For Serbia, Stefan Miljanovic, Nikola Kalinic, Onyen Dobric, Nikola Tanaskovic, and Luka Mitrovic in the starting five. Tanaskovic had that huge game against Bosnia-Herzegovina, 24 points in the last window. And then you've got Markovic, Momirov, Dusan Ristic, who had 24 against Switzerland, Lakic, Davidovic, Novak, Barna, all coming off the bench. So Ataman, also the coach of Panathinaikos, so he's made sure he's had his Turkish players in that team here tonight for this game, and see some former Turkey national team players as well in the crowd here watching events. You step into this arena and you immediately feel the vibes of what makes basketball so special in this country. And so we're going to feel it tonight. It's going to be loud, it's going to be raucous. Alexander Nikolic Hall has played host to many big games over the years. Many comebacks. It gets loud, it gets intense, and it is a huge game in the grand scheme of things. There's head coach Dusan Alimprijevic, who seems to have some type of issue he wants to address right at the start of the game. Coaches Besiktas in Türkiye, so Turkish fans watching this one, whether they're here or whether they're back home in Istanbul, very familiar with him. And well, he's had to follow in some big footsteps from Svetislav Pešić, who obviously had a disappointing summer last year at the Eurobasket. Everybody picking Serbia to win it, and they had an early exit courtesy of Finland. But Pešić will forever be remembered for all of the achievements that he's had and all of the great games. The '93 Eurobasket win, in fact, at the helm of Germany, and the World Cup with Yugoslavia in 2002, the Eurobasket in Türkiye 2001. Now it's Alimprijevic. Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome to Belgrade, Serbia. We are underway, the European qualifier between Serbia in the white and Türkiye, the 12 giant men in the red. Mijanovic has his pass deflected by Yurtseven, and they got to hustle. Dobric puts up a long one and almost made it. And an offensive rebound for Serbia. And they still can't get it to go. Mitrovic, a little turn around, spun to his right. And now some noise. Feels like the Serbia car is kind of warming up a little bit. Here is a long three-pointer from Dobric missing. Mijanovic dribbles in, high off the glass. And Berson read that well. Osman gets the shot up. Now, have they given him 2 free throws? Yes, they have. 3 free throws. Wow. Kalinic can't hardly believe it. Osman anticipated the foul coming, got into the shooting motion, and here is the captain going to the free throw line. Had the long spell in the NBA with Cleveland. Been back in Europe now a couple of years, and they want to review something. Also had spelled year with San Antonio, 2023-24, before coming back, joining Panathinaikos. Okay, they want to see if he was behind the arc, and indeed he was. Ooh, I don't know. I guess this might be a challenge. No, it's just an official review, I think, to see if he was behind the arc. So referees getting under the skin early here of these fans. Cedi Osman has played in some pretty intense environments. He's not going to be put off by a little bit of noise. Well, by a lot of noise in Belgrade. Türkiye really felt like they had a great chance, which they did, to win the Eurobasket last summer in Riga. And ultimately, it took a great German team to deny them. I don't think that Türkiye played badly. I just think that Germany just at a different level right now. Osman makes all 3 free throws. Hazer scrambling in the backcourt, as is Osmani. Of course, Osmani doesn't have the huge name, but how he has elevated his performances and stature in the game. It has been really, really good for Türkiye the last couple of seasons, last couple of years especially. Mijanovic probing, brings it back outside. Kalinic back outside up top. Mijanovic for 3. That was short, but the ball falls. And Osmani went for the ball. Looks like Serbia a little bit quicker to the basketball right now, but they're not getting any joy out of it. Well, that was a good job by Osmani. Hazer. Dobric gets it to Yurtseven.
Miljevic again. And the pass deflected. Looks a little disjointed, maybe a little bit uncertain right now for Serbia. So coach is going to make an early change with Miljevic coming out and Jovan Novak coming into the game. Tanaskovic gives it to Novak. Tanaskovic goes behind his back and runs into the very big Yurtseven. Osmani shares it, and look at Jetty Yasmin get in there and score with the left hand. Chance of Serbia in the crowd trying to get their game going. Kalinic from the right corner misses. Yurtseven with the board. Osman up the floor. And good hustle. The crowd will like seeing Dobric, diving on the floor for the ball. In fact, it was Dobric that missed that last shot, excuse me. Here's Hazard. And he is pushed. Pushed by Novak. So that's his first foul. Beberovic shares it with Osmani. You've got 4 Turkish players that can knock down some jump shots. Jetty misses with that one. He was open. Kalinic gets down low. Back outside it goes to Novak. Entry pass. And that was the right play. But good hands by Türkiye. And Miljevic has seen enough. He wants a timeout. We'll go down to the bench and listen. Well, Miljevic sensing the danger here early and uses a timeout. Nearly, well, just over 3.5 minutes into the game because there's no real fluidity in that Serbia offense. I think the defense is okay. Dobric, now Novak. And nice handoff. And another miss. Osmani, one of the more unheralded players in international basketball, number 24. Keep an eye on him. And how about Hazard, how he's just blossomed into a big-time star. Look at this. Gets blocked there. Good reaction by Tanaskovic.
Tanaskovic. Tanaskovic plays for Buduknas, and another three-pointer for Türkiye. Berovic, that's what he brings to the table. It's a 10-0 lead for the 12 Giant men. Novak goes up and finally stops the rock for Serbia. 4.5 minutes it took him to get that first bucket. Oh, and the rejection. Great hustle down the floor by Serbia. Mitrovic. Entry pass, bounce pass is good. Tanaskovic. And now Serbia is alive and kicking. Bounce pass, Yurtseven takes it deep, goes in, powers his way up over Mitrovic. Played some college basketball at North Carolina State, then Georgetown before turning pro. Had some time in the NBA. Now with Panathinaikos. And the ball kicked or deflected. Berovic fouled by Mitrovic. Dobric trying to get the charge. Jetty inbounds the basketball to Seamus Haza. Good hands, almost very quick hands by Serbia. Haza takes his time, misses. Yurtseven, the only red shirt in there, going for the rebound. Kalinic pulls it back out. And there's a bucket. Driving in and scoring, Bogoje Markovic, who's come into the game. Now an offensive foul. Haza. Just kind of slid into him right at the end there. Novak guarded by Osman. Hands it off to Ristic, who's come into the game. Here's the entry pass, rim protection, and it's going to be Türkiye basketball. And maybe they've just changed the call here. No. Oh, referee's going to put their heads together. And indeed, Serbia will get the basketball, and that's what you're supposed to do if you have to work as a team. Now, Ergin Ataman is not going to be happy about it because the initial call, look at this. Yeah, that went off Yurtseven. They got that right. Six-point lead for Türkiye. Novak dribbles to his left. So back to Ristic. Dobric for three. Dobric You know who he is. Again, one of those unheralded types. Makes big plays. Sometimes not, but often he does. Berovic loses it out of bounds. And as good as the start has been for Türkiye here in this game, Serbia can now pull level if they knock down a three. Here's a drive, and Dobric closes the gap to one. Erlu in the game, number 17 for Türkiye. Cedi Osman, tough take and foul. Goodness me. And that's why he played in the league. Remember, here he is again. Look at this. He can finish a play like that. Not a good matchup for Ristic. Serbia comes into the game for Türkiye. Here 7 goes out. So Cedi Osman steps up to the line with a chance for a three-point play and converts. Good free throw shooter. And now he gets a steal. What a play from Cedi. Gets him in the game. Number 10 is Cedi. Lost the handle, keeps it, puts it up, and scores. Cedi Osman has arrived at the party. Showing the quality. He's got 10 points. 5 in the last 30 seconds. Now, what does Serbia want? Davidovic down low. I thought that was a pass. Erlu gives it back to Cedi. Cedi, again, not a good matchup. The double comes. He gets it to Bitim. Bitim hits the three. And the lead goes back to 9. Never felt like Bitim, who's a great talent, never felt like he settled at the Eurobasket for whatever reason. But that was a good sign, seeing him knock that one down. For Serbia, once again, playing from behind. A lot farther behind. Bogoya gets blocked. Ball went out of bounds. And I think there must be a little bit. Oh no, he stepped out of bounds after the block. So unfortunate for Türkiye. And this is Bogoya, Markovic getting blocked. Bogoya comes from the name Slavic roots, meaning love of God. It's a very traditional name. Don't hear it very often. First time I've ever heard it, to be honest, watching him play. Here goes Miljanovic, goes behind his back. Step back, three. Oh, it goes in and out. They follow and they get it. Excellent work, Ristic. In fact, that was Markovic who got that tip, not Ristic. So Bogoya, Markovic getting his first 2. Bitim has to put up a tough shot. Great D. And it's going to be Serbia basketball. Just not able to get into their offense there. Had to settle for a difficult shot. Oh, we got a challenge already from Türkiye. Ergin Ataman, sensing the importance of these early moments of the game, doesn't wait around. He would rather have the last possession if possible. And it could be that he also knows that it should be his team's ball. And Cyber definitely came in and swiped at it. Yiğitan Cyber. He's had a good season with Tofaş Bursa. Yeah, that's going to be Türkiye basketball. And the Serbia fans are not going to be happy when they change the call. So indeed, that was a tough one to call live because both hands were up there. Ataman's probably thinking, if I've gotten it right the first time, I could still have my challenge. But that's why the challenge is there, in case you feel like you didn't get the right call. But now they can try to hold it for the last shot. Will they try to get it to Jetty? Monty sets the pick. No, it's going to be Yiğitan Cyber. Goes, oh, and the tap from Osmani, and it pays off. Serbia, the team, really getting to the boards early on. And right there at the end, Osmani follows it up. So at the end of one, Türkiye, the 12 giant men here in Belgrade, lead it 22-13. Serbia 5 of 12 inside the arc. You could see, just go over some of those numbers. Here's a look back at the first quarter highlights. You're at 7 after the pass from Babirovic. Türkiye jumped out to that early lead. Serbia did not score till 4.5 minutes into the game. But again, Serbia 5 of 12 inside the arc, just 1 of 6 from deep, 6 of 18 overall, and yet to go to the free throw line. Türkiye actually out rebounding Serbia, but Serbia do have those 4 offensive rebounds. And the Jetty Osman show took center stage. Scanning the QR code to get the Courtside 1891 app, or log in via the web to watch live streams and extended highlights of FIBA competitions. So here in the second quarter, Türkiye with the first possession after just scoring. And Serbia get a steal. Cyber very physical on Ristic, who he'll know has competed against him before. Here's Davidovic, lays it up and in. Good 7 hands it off. Biberovic not forcing anything tonight. Bitin shaking and baking. Stops, gets it up, and a tough shot. Great D from Serbia once again. Forcing those Turk shooters to take difficult shots. Whistle blows, stops. Referee's making the call. Biberovic again a little bit agitated. Didn't seem best pleased. Several days ago, one of his protests after the game going viral. Going up to the referees after a loss. There's Ristic, puts it up and knocks it down. What is it about this guy? Playing for Serbia, he just takes it to a different level. Now it's back to a 4-point game. Strong take early. Went right past Miljanovic. Oh, Ristic showing a different part to his game. Kalinic. Excuse me. Driving and then getting fouled. Jan Biersen coming back into the game. Bitin goes out. Haven't seen Furkan Korkmaz nor Can Korkmaz yet for Türkiye. Tough drive. Good interior defending. Kalinic gets it back. They pass it. Miljanovic goes in and scores and fouled. What a take. Yurtseven just had no chance. He tried to make his move and he fell down. Watch, he just kind of lost his footing. And then that was an excellent finish going over Biersen and getting the foul. Seamus Hazard comes back in. And it's on Seibir is going to take a seat. Miljanovic gets the three-point play at 23 in that incredible come-from-behind win against Switzerland in the last window. Biberovic passes it back outside. And another foul. Ergen has to balance. He knows he needs Osman on the court as much as possible, or he wants them to be out there as long as possible, but he also has to know that he's got to be, he needs him for later in the game as well. Yurtseven has it, turns, soft touch, gets it to go. The big fella. Türkiye go back up by 5. Miljanovic powers his way up against Erlu. Miljanovic with Crvena Zvezda. There is Biberovic. Well, letting the game come to him, and this time he elects to shoot it. So he's got 5 points now. And going in is Kalinic. Nobody picked him up. What's going on in that defense for Türkiye? Beberovic gets it into Yurtseven, and he is fouled by Miljanovic. That's his first. Well, definitely weren't going to let Yurtseven shoot it. Well, that was the defender got picked by his own man. Collins is going to come out. You can see how the crowd has responded to him. They like him a lot, obviously. Erlu from the right corner. And Serbia now with a chance to close the gap again, maybe even tie it. Dobric, bounce pass to the corner. Davidovic. Yurtseven with the rebound. Erlu. Türkiye. Hold it. Hazard brings it back outside. Hazard going right at Mitrovic. Gets it up. And the foul has been called. The quick jump. I put Hazard in that category with Osmani, how he has, we always saw the talent when he was young, the athleticism, but he is just a indispensable kind of a Swiss Army knife for this Turkish team. He can be your top defender. He can be your best player coming off the bench. He can score when you need him to. Lepjevic working up a sweat over there. Brings back memories of John Thompson carrying the towel for Georgetown. And this time Hazard misses the free throw. Hazard does get the second to go. Oh, they get it over just in time. Markovic. Dobric for three, that's off. And now a chance to go quickly for Beberovic. Oh, you can see how Serbia do not want this Turkish team to get into their break. Use the fouls wisely, but now with 5:50 remaining, they've got 4 fouls. Ergin Ataman might remember when Türkiye came here to play when Pezic was still coach. They had a few interesting exchanges, looking down at each other during the game. Beberovic finds his way into the lane. Oh, what a block off the rim by Markovic. I thought that was going to be a sensational finish. A little finger roll by Beberovic. Mitrovic backing up, Sertac Sadly, and gets it to go. Soft touch by Luka Mitrovic. And now just a 2-point game. Midway through the second quarter. Hazard gets it to Shanley, goes up and scores. Read it beautifully. The cameraman or woman is doing such a great job finding the Turkish fans. They're everywhere in here. Little pockets. 4-point game. Bounce pass down low. Good defense by Shanley. Now a chance to go quickly for Jetty. Look at Jetty finish that. And that's going to force Serbia to call a timeout. Osmani, great job. Quick pass, transition. And again, Jetty, from his time in the States, knows all about getting out on the break. So there are again, finding those Turkish fans sitting here. Trust me, folks, there are a lot more Serbia fans. Osman is just, I don't know that people fully appreciate how good he is. Offensively, he's got all the tools. Definitely gets out of the break, shoots threes. Can go one-on-one. And Dobridge drives in, misses. There they are, crashing the boards. Mitrovic brings it back out. Three-pointer, and that no good for Markovic. And again, Jetty pulls up the dribble, hands it off to Seamus Hazard. You know, talking again about Hazard. What position is he? Is he a 2? Is he a point guard? Can even play a 3. He's a great leaper. Peperovic lets it fly from a long way out. And it goes off the hands, but Jetty Osman picks it up, gets it over to Osmani. And Davidovic dives for the ball, saves it inbounds. And Jetty Osman stops the break. Tanaskovic comes back into the game. Markovic sits down. Davidovic, another Crvena Zvezda player in this team, hands it off to Novak on the baseline, and Peperovic comes over and whistle blows, and foul is called. So Mitrovic will go to the line. And Ceska Moscow man makes the first. And the second as well. So that makes it a 4-point game. Serbia been nipping at the heels, but every time they get really close, it seems like Türkiye able to rev the engine and go ahead. Hazard looking for space, gets it to the corner. Peperovic for 3. How about that? Right at the end of the shot clock. Nice touch pass, Davidovic. Another rebound for Mitrovic. Drives in and misses. He wanted a foul, and now he's going to be teed up by the Slovakian referee. The reaction not deemed acceptable, and that means he'll have 2 fouls, Mitrovic. Has 6 rebounds to go with his 4 points. Davidovic goes out. Dobric's back in the game. And Peperovic, the technical foul, has put number 8 on the free throw line. And he cashes in. Ooh. That was after. Didn't really see what it was. Freaking Korkmaz yet to come in the game. Osmani at the stripe makes the first. Oh, Hussein Besak. And he makes both. Osmani. Mitrovic is going to sit down. So they had called a foul on Tanaskovic. And at the same time, Mitrovic got the technical foul. So that's why 3 free throws, and now it's a 10-point lead again. Novak. Osmani with the foul, Tanaskovic. Oh, look at that. Vramovic. Not playing tonight. Seems like a player that could probably help out. Obviously, Aleksa Vramovic has kind of blossomed into a Serbia great. Tanaskovic makes the first and the second. Osman. Kalinch going down. Osmani again. Drives in for the layup. Kept the ball high so it couldn't be blocked. Oh, and now Novak loses it out of bounds. And the thing is, you're looking at a player like Avramovic and you're like, wow, if he's in this lineup tonight for Serbia, it's potentially a very different game. Even if it's not a different game yet, as the game wears on, he becomes more important. Because he hounds you, makes big plays. Here's the no-look pass, Jetty. I don't think Osmani was expecting that one. Both teams turning it over. Dobric left wide open, short. Kaberovic avoids the foul, 2-on-1 break. Good hands. Preventing the layup. Good job, Novak, getting back on defense. Turkey called timeout. So Turkey called the timeout. We'll go down to the bench and listen to Ekrem Memnun. Ergin Ataman, excuse me. There he is, Heydar Turkoglu. They know him here, president of the federation. Türkiye going into the FIBA Hall of Fame this year. Big congratulations to him. Of course, we have a lot of Serbians in the FIBA Hall of Fame, FIBA Basketball Hall of Fame. Big year for the Hall of Fame, that's for sure. Coach Nowitzki, Sue Bird also going in. Here's Hazer. elected not to go. Now Osmani backs up, gets into the lane and loses it. Still gets it back, puts it up, and what a cool, calm, collected handling of the situation by Ercan Osmani. Now the pass thrown right into the hands of Osmani, and Cedi Osman has it and likes to hold it up. A little discombobulated Serbia last several possessions. Berovic gets it to Shanley, and Shanley gives Türkiye their biggest lead of the game, 14 points. And Hazard goes for the steal. Well, this quite possibly will not come as a surprise for anybody watching this Serbia team. They seem to fall behind in these games, especially this window. I mean, especially this qualification campaign. Lepievich is, at least he has the benefit already with 2 wins, and he also knows he's going to face Türkiye in the next game. And now Kalinic misses the first. Just a little bit of a struggle right now for Serbia. Down 14. That's their first miss of the night at the line. Kalinic misses the second as well. And it is a right funk that they're in. And now Türkiye quite possibly have the last possession. A 14-point lead for Türkiye. Hazard gets in and blocked by Dusan Ristic. Fouled. And now the Turkish fans, and you can see it there, look pretty good defense. Still 5.4 seconds on the clock for Serbia to get down the court and score, depending on what happens with these free throws. Osmani's going to go out. He has 2 fouls, so coach doesn't want him picking up a third. Ataman. Well, remember, folks, it is a 40-minute game. That hasn't changed at all. And we all know that over the course of a game, especially these types of games, crazy things can happen. And he only makes 1 of 2. Kalinic crosses midcourt. Oh, and he gets it off in time. And, well, a good look for Momirov, but does not fall. And Türkiye have opened up a 46-31 lead at halftime. Biggest lead of the game. Well, neither team really shooting it well from deep, and both teams shooting well at the free throw line. Just Türkiye just reading the game well right now, looking a little more comfortable perhaps on offense. Serbia missing shots. Türkiye, look at that, 8 more assists. They've out-rebounded Serbia. Vujinovic and Dobric each with 5 points. Tanaskovic with 4, 12 for Osman. Berovic has 9 and Osmani has 8. Serbia do have 9 points they've scored off the Turkish turnover, so they want to perhaps emphasize that. They need their defense to really help them. Davidovic Look back at the second quarter highlights. Miljanovic did a good job of maintaining his balance and delivering the pass. But look at Erlu driving in and scoring. And Ristic drilling the jumper. Kalinic flying in, the two-handed rim rocker. Hauser does well here to get it down low to Shanley. And that was good defense by Osmani. And Osmani again, 12 points, 3 assists, 2 rebounds. He's the captain of this, 12 points for Cedi Osman. Osmani, 8 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists.
Get this body size. Oh my goodness sakes, that's a throwdown. Goes in for the dunk. Good night. Too big, too strong, and just too good.
Bogdanovic, who goes in and scores. Ah!
This is what it's all about.
It's all one big basketball family, folks.
Winning time.
Both teams over the limit.
You have got to be kidding me! What a bastard is Matson! Are you mad, son?
To Shimala, glides through, no one there. Oh, batted away. What a defensive start. Markovic meets him at the penthouse and swats it away. Might be Kununchuk to Drell for the lob, and he's going to tie us up.
There's about a 3-second differential and the Netherlands turn it over. Oh my word. M1. Sokolowski.
Now here we are, approach it in the open floor, bounce pass, toe to behind the back. Are you kidding me? A little bit of showtime at the most important time of the game. Approach it head up, he comes back and just hammers it home.
4th turnover of the game for Serbia.
Drives inside with a two-handed thunder for Fana. That's a big play. Oh, it's been thrown away by Hroba. Kuhlman for 3. No way! You are kidding me! You are kidding me right now! Unbelievable here in Copa. Has that really just happened?
Yai. Goes downhill. Oh yeah! Cheryl the yeah. Just stitch the defender on a poster.
They have to heave. No good off the glass. Spain, who have numbers. And they finish. Alex Reyes extends the lead 60-43. And Spain is on a roll. Just having their way tonight.
Throws
throws it up. Olaseni spills it. Sargiones for the win. Oh my goodness! Lithuania make it on the buzzer. How? Simply just how? The basketball gods favor their most loved child, Lietuva. Are you kidding me? Papa Nicolau says, give it to me.
Go attacks the closeout, feed Bruno inside.
Fills it up. It's all right.
For Türkiye getting good games from a whole cast of characters, no surprise that this man is leading him in scoring at halftime. Cedi Osman, I think you just call him the finished article. And he does know how to finish. Fast breaks, jumpers. Made a big defensive play to get the steal, then scored again. And this Türkiye national team has just kind of taken it to a different level over the past year, making it to the Eurobasket, making it to the final. Won their first two games in the last window, but again, a long way to go in this one. And Onyen Dobric's one of the players for Serbia with just 5 points. Dude seemed to obviously need someone to step up and start making some more shots because they have missed a bunch of them. There's Dobric driving. I mean, 2 of 13 for Serbia from three-point range. I just can't see that lasting because they've had some open looks that they've missed as well. And where they've had success, capitalizing, forcing turnovers, and getting down and scoring. They've scored 9. They've scored almost a third of their points off turnovers. So Olimpijevic, whose team had to come from behind, obviously, to win that game earlier in the window against Switzerland, that very first game, and had that nail biter against Bosnia-Herzegovina. Had to come from behind to win that one as well. Here they are once again trailing, and well, I guess it kind of makes it exciting for the fans that are watching as long as they come back and win, but I'm not sure if it's good for the heart rate. Maybe gets up, maybe the heart rate speeds up a little bit too much for the Serbian fans. But again, those come from behind wins came against Switzerland and Bosnia and Herzegovina. And I think that this Turkish national team is at a different level. So this is going to be a little more complicated, especially the way that Coach Ataman has pulled the strings. They just know, these guys know how to play well with each other. Shanley, who didn't play a lot at the Eurobasket, is just fully understands where he needs to be, what he needs to be doing. You can just see it. And Türkiye have really excelled in this game. Beberovic has been good. It's interesting that he wasn't at the Eurobasket. Hazard hasn't really been as influential as he might have been tonight. Maybe he's not as good of a matchup against this particular Serbian team. But Osmani has been terrific. Yurtsev's been really good. Benton came out, hit a shot. But again, the good news for Serbia is they already have 2 wins in the bag. And, you know, obviously you want to get as many as you can because results carry over into the second round. $7,500 fans inside the house tonight. Some incredible results across the landscape. Greece falling to Montenegro today. There's some other humdingers taking place. Spain won a good one today over Ukraine. That was their 3rd win. They trailed at halftime in that game. France have edged Hungary 74-71. That game was tied at 71 with 4 seconds left. So again, you look at these 2 teams, and they know they're going to be facing each other again in this window. And that next game is going to be tasty. That'll be in Istanbul on Monday, 7 p.m. Central European time start. So that'll be 8 p.m. start there. All eyes will be on that one. Türkiye will then play Bosnia and Herzegovina in the next window, as well as Switzerland, and Serbia will take on Switzerland and Bosnia and Herzegovina. And what can't happen right now if you are Türkiye is you can't switch off. You can't switch off mentally. You've got to be locked in right now. You can't be distracted. Look at all these kids here. This is why basketball is so great. All the young guys coming. Scan in the QR code to download the app for the FIBA Basketball World Cup qualifiers. It allows you to stay up to speed on all of the qualifiers, not just in Europe, but in Africa and Asia and the Americas. Download it. USA falling yesterday to Dominican Republic. All kinds of wild results. China had the incredible, or very impressive comeback to beat Japan. They were in real trouble if they lost that game. Also, Korea, who just looked like world beaters in the first window, beating China twice, fell at Chinese Taipei. Just all kinds of. Cote d'Ivoire winning a thriller over Senegal yesterday. Madagascar coming from way back in their game and just running out of steam. Well, it's against the Democratic Republic of Congo. Anyway, second half underway. Türkiye leading at 46-31. Now Serbia attacking the basket to the left on your screen, and Yurtseven gets that first rebound. Berevic kept that dribble low. Osman missing it from deep. Novak drives in, misses, and is fouled. And Berevic says, what happened? Just a little bit of a hand check. Not even, I mean, just touched him with his hand, and I guess that was enough to call the foul going past. So Novak goes to the line and makes the first. Four points from Novak. Beberovich might be looking to force his way into this a little bit more. Lost the handle, gets it back, puts it up from deep, and Türkiye having to settle for a couple of threes right before the end of the shot clock. Not a good start offensively for them here, but now Serbia, Kalinic turns it over. Dobric's charged with guarding Beberovich. And they get it down low to Yurtseven, who's fouled from behind by Davidovic. Didn't want to give up the layup. And nice drive from Hazard, the follow from Yurtseven. Of course, with Alperen Şengün at the Eurobasket, Yurtseven's minutes weren't quite this many, but he's getting a chance tonight to show what he can do. He has been effective. The pass whipped inside. Davidovic lays it up and in. Now some pressure in the backcourt. They got to hurry to get it across midcourt. And Hazard thought he got there in time and maybe was fouled, but referee blows the whistle. Did not get it across in time. Still a 13-point lead for the 12 Giant men against Serbia. Novak drives, great job getting the basketball, and then falling down. Tanaskovic gets the whistle. Second foul, Yurtseven. Interesting substitution. Erlu coming in here early in the game for Seamus Hazard. And Tanaskovic misses. The natives are getting restless here in Belgrade in the Alexander Nikolic Hall. Does make the second, so it's a 12-point deficit facing Serbia. Novak trying to harass Erlu. Beberovich puts it up from the elbow. Kalinic fouled by Cedi Osman. Turkey not starting well here in this third quarter. Almost seemed a little passive. Hüseyin Besak with a weird, fearful look on his face, worried look. Novak bounce pass, whip to the corner. Dobic for three, still doesn't drop. And Tanaskovic can't save it before it goes out of bounds. And it feels like Turkey need to take advantage of this Serbia team not scoring right now, because you just get the feeling that at some point in this game it's going to click for Serbia. Everybody knows they can pull in the points in a hurry. Beberovic to Yurtseven. And a little finger roll. He's fouled down low by Tanaskovic. I like how Ataman has utilized his big center. Oh boy, that could be a foul right there. Wrapping his arm around him. I think maybe he got away with one. Beberovic gets to the baseline, passes back to Jetty. Jetty goes up and gets it to go down. Kalinic knocks it out from underneath the basket. Steady Jetty has 14 points to lead all scores. Kalinic surrounded by red, suffocating. He turns it over. Beberovic in the open floor, 3-on-2 break. Beberovic pulls up. And coming over the back, Tanaskovic crashing the boards. Beberovic elects to shoot. It seems like a rough call. Might have potentially could have called a push on the other Serbian player there, but it looked like Tanaskovic was just going for the rebound. But maybe a different angle would show otherwise on the replay. 14 points. Osmani steps out of bounds. It always happens. It's incredible how many times that happens in a game. But the fact that it does happen. Momirov comes into the game now, trying to bring a little bit of impetus on the offensive end. Also, Mitrovic comes back into the game. He had that flash point in the first half. He got the technical, thought he was fouled driving. They pass it around. Momirov for three. Finally. It has been a long time coming for Serbia. See if that injects a little bit of life into this Serbian national team. Osmani to the corner. Osman gets it up, goes down. The follow is there from Yurtseven. Not bad efficiency. And Cedi Osman fouled. That's number 3. Bogoje Markovic comes back into the game. Kalinic goes out. And what was that? Looked like Momirov thought they were going to call a foul. Unless he was thinking that was going to be a pass. Osman to Yurtseven again. Fouled. Well, this could be known as the Omar Yurtseven game, folks, because he is really causing problems. He seems to have figured a couple things out. And it's the one matchup, really, that Türkiye, the way that Yurtseven is playing right now, the Serbia, at least at this end of the floor, they have no answer for. That's Mani. Spins, gets in, and ends up kind of stumbling and losing it out of bounds. Good job by Bogoljub Markovic. Jenovic gets it to Davidovic, gets it back. Drives in to Jenovic, and there is the follow from Davidovic. Good alert play by number 27. Deficit now just 11 points. Serbia winning this quarter 8-6. Pass whipped down low once again to Yurtseven. The foul call before the shot. Actually got a little stare that time from Yurtseven after the dunk. Look at this. I mean, he was getting hammered. He was getting held from behind, and then he got hammered from the front. Well, you just got to learn to take it if you're going to be that big guy. Yurtseven really having a nice game. Oh, only makes 1 or 2, but the offensive rebound for Cyber, and he gets it back to Yurtseven. And he's fouled once again by Mitrovic. That's third foul, Mitrovic. Swiping down on the basketball. Türkiye have done a great job keeping this Serbia crowd out of it. Because when they start making noise in this place, it's like a jet taking off. And they just have not had that opportunity tonight to get loud as the lead goes back to 14. This match, Bitim having to guard Davidovic. And great help from Yurtseven. They got to get it up. They don't get it up in time. How about Yurtseven really playing the role of the enforcer on both ends of the court? Cedi Osman getting a chance to sit down. Yurtseven 13 points, 7 rebounds. Look at that. Biggest lead, 15. Right now is 14. The score here from the floor, it'll be their biggest lead of the game. Cyber gets it. Yurtseven. And the follow, the battle. Cyber has it, Yetan, but he can't control it. Davidovic takes it away. Bogolyub spins, turns, banks it in. Bogolyub Markovic. The BC Mega Basket Beograd star. Got some fans here. I'll be hoping that he does a little bit more of that. Erlu. Türkiye in no rush. And the backdoor cut. Hazer was being held. Olimpijevich with an exasperated look. And he's going to bring in Arjen Lakic. Gets his first minutes of the game. Hazer makes the first, so he's got 3 points. Oh, driving in, and good job, Miljanovic. His teammates are going to help him up. And Shanley, who has come into the game for Yurtseven, called for the foul. Shanley plays for Besiktas, plays for Olimpijevich, as does Erlu, so he knows those two guys well. Post free throw is good. A little bit of hope. Still 12 minutes and change left in this game. It's all about tempo right now. It feels like for Türkiye, they're playing the game at their pace. Serbia, we talked about them scoring points off turnovers in the first half. They would like to speed this game up. Crowd getting a little bit excited now. Bitten gets it up, and that was long. Miljanovic goes behind his back, hands it off. Nice spin, Markovic. How about that? That's more like it. And one. So timeout on the court. In fact, there was no foul there. No, there was a foul. Yeah, so he's going to be shooting free throws when he comes back out. Well, Serbia have had to come from behind in both of their wins, and right now the question is, are they going to come from behind again? And Heydar Turkoglu's hoping not, obviously. Feels like Türkiye have been able to do what they want to do, and maybe the big questions will be, when will Ataman go back to Osman, go back to Yurtseven? He's got Babirovic back in the game. And here's Bogolyub Markovic. And it's a 9-point lead for Türkiye now. 9 points for Boglia. Now the crowd starting to get into it. And now they force the turnover. And this is how it happens. But then they turned it right back. Luka Mitrovic lost his handle. Shanley for three. Mitrovic with the rebound. Mitrovic takes it back outside. Markovic gets it to Momirov. Back to Markovic. Nowhere to go. Spins. Gets it in. Mitrovic with the rebound. And he's fouled. Whoa, what a play. Undeniable. They were not going to take no for an answer this time. Mitrovic battling. And going to the line. And this is going to, we're asking the question, when would Ataman bring Yurtseven back into the game? He brings him back now. And he brings Osman back as well. Mitrovic. They're going to count it. So Erlu remains in the game. Osman back in. Yurtseven. Biberovic. Here's Erlu. Back to Biberovic. Erlu drives in. And it's Serbia basketball. And look at this. The momentum is changing, and Lakic, who's only just entered the game, really trying to rev up the crowd. Miljanovic looking for an opening. Tries to throw it to Mitrovic, who does a good job of chasing it down. He passes back outside. The three-pointer from Miljanovic. And it's a three-point game right at the end of the quarter. Wow. What a comeback by Serbia. That was a great catch by Mitrovic, and then a great pass. And Miljanovic this time strokes it. Well, it stands to reason those shots are going to fall eventually. He's now 1 of 2 from deep, and Türkiye's lead has been trimmed to 57-54 by Serbia. 10 minutes remaining. Well, just one more three for Serbia, and we just saw it. Both teams shooting well at the line. Not much difference inside the arc as well. Best plays in this third quarter. Put back by Yurtseven. And then Jed Yasmin with a nice drive. Momirov bearing the three-pointer. Then Osman coming in. And again, it's a Yurtsev putback. Bogolyub brought that sense of urgency, scoring with that spinning move, getting fouled. Hey, scan in the QR code to get courtside 1891. The app, or log in via the web to watch live streams and extended highlights of FIBA competitions. Well, we thought it was going to be close. And even when Türkiye were up 15, 14 points, you never felt like they were in control. Beberovic for three. He knocks it down. But we have seen, once Serbia have come back, Türkiye have had answers as well. So this is potentially a classic tonight in the Alexander Nikolic Hall. Bojanovic, who just drilled the three at the end of the third quarter. Oh, pump fake, gets it up. Got his man off his feet. And then Cedi Osman, what's the call? Going to be a blocking foul on Lakic. Yeah, he was sliding in front of him. Good call. His feet were set, but his body is kind of moving. Looked to me anyway. What do Türkiye want? Oh, that was almost a turnover. Yurtsev catches it down low. He goes up. Great defense. No, they call a foul. The whistle blows. And we saw Osman had to make a change right at the end to make that pass. Look at this right there. And Yurtsev just alert. And then coming from behind, Bogolyub was whistled for the foul. Really unlucky. And Yurtsev just keeps on keeping on. He's got 14 points. 8 rebounds. Only makes 1 of 2. Three-point look and missed everything. Momirov. Well, if you make that one, they're going to be clapping for you. But if you miss everything like that early in the shot clock, they're not going to be clapping for you. Beberovic picks up the dribble. Boy, Serbia really going after it. Mitrovic. Oh, and Osman loses the handle. Great defense by Luka Mitrovic. Bounce pass. There he goes, Markovic. And he gets to the line. Look at those big guys. He's 2.1 meters in height, is Bogolyub Markovic at 6'10". He only had 2 games in each of the first against Switzerland and Bosnia and Herzegovina. Hedo Turkoglu's. I don't know if he was expecting this game to unfold the way that it has, but of course, wasn't that long ago that this man Markovic was playing at the Under-18 European Championship 2023, where he was a real star, 14.1 points per game. course, they won that 2023 FIBA Under-18 European Championship. He was in the All-Star 5. But it's quite a difference to step up to this level. But we see it. These guys get better in a hurry, and they can take it up a notch. Here's Baberovic. And again, it's Mitrovic trying to stick with him. Ends up fouling him. That's now foul number 4 on Luka Mitrovic. But it really is all about the defense for the Serbia team. They want to harass, they want to knock the ball away, they want to get something, get in the flow, speed up the game. Baberovic drives in. Oh, good defense from behind. Markovic looked like he affected that shot. Miljanovic fouled by Yurtseven. Two and a half minutes into the fourth quarter. Türkiye are leading by 5, but it feels even closer. Feels like it's tied almost. Just the way Serbia plays. They get it down low, they score! Count it! And 1! Well, a star is born, folks. He's got the talent. There is no doubt about that. 13 points. 14 points. And once again, Serbia closed the gap to just 2 points. This has worked well for Türkiye, getting Yurtseven to make himself available. So obviously the free throw line is going to be huge in this game. They can't foul anymore, Serbia. They're going to put Türkiye on the line. Baberovic, is it a 3, a 2? It's a 3! Wow! He's got the clutch gene tonight. Again, Baberovic. Stroking it from downtown. 4 of 7 from three-point range. No one has shot it better than he has tonight from deep. Just almost identical at the free throw line, almost identical inside the arc, and a little bit better percentage for Türkiye from deep. Most of that is Baberovic. I think the one great aspect, or one of the great aspects to these two national team programs, the depth of talent that they've got. So many players they can call upon to play in these games. And when they get their number called and play, it's so exciting to see them deliver the way that Yurtseven has tonight, the way that Bogo Markovic has tonight. I mean, you're looking at one of the next big stars of Serbian basketball, I think. And then it's great to see the real war horses come out, like Luka Mitrovic. Plays so hard. Dobric back in the game. And the ball goes off of Markovic, but he's able to knock it over to Tanaskovic. Gets it back. Dobric puts it up from deep. And Serbia get that 3 right back. Osmani back in, hands it off to Baberovic. Baberovic back to Osmani, shot clock down to 5. He spins, he loses it out of bounds. Is this finally the time when Serbia pull even or maybe even take the lead? They get it to the corner. Tanaskovic for 3. No, it is not the time. Serbia have never led in this game. Shanley, good catch. Baberovic again. Baberovic, he gets it up. And not this time, but there's Shanley for the putback. Going up against a team coached by his Besiktas coach, Lipjevic. Markovic, they zip it around the perimeter. Dobric for 3, and it doesn't fall again. And what a rebound from Osmani. He gets it to Osman. They get up the floor. Erlu lays it up and in. And Türkiye opportunistically scoring on the break as we come into winning time. Türkiye up by 6. Miljanovic with the defense on his back. And that is going to be the 4th team foul on Türkiye. Got tripped up by Erlu. Interesting how Ataman has gone as Kalinic comes back in. Ataman has gone with Erlu over Hazard in the second half. Kalinic been sitting for a while, and it's a charge. Oh, Nikola Kalinic. Fans raining boos down when they hear some Türkiye chants. It's going to be inbound in the basketball, but Baberovic. Erlu again brings it up the floor. Erlu gets inside and scores. What an X factor. He's got 6 points. All of them seem huge. Every bucket seems huge right now. Kalinic from the corner, no good. They get it over side. Dobric, he's got it. And that makes it a 5-point game again. Osmani fakes the handoff, guarded by Markovic. Back to Erlu. Erlu for 3. That time is short. Kalinic rebounds and runs. Right down the court. Gets blocked at the rim. Terrific hustle back on D by Türkiye. If you're going to do that, you got to take it hard to the basket. You got to drive and dunk it. With all this athleticism out on the court, Baberovic shakes and bakes and misses. Strong rebound, Markovic with 3.5 minutes remaining. Plenty of time. 5 blocks for Türkiye, 3 for Serbia. Miljanovic, what do they want? Miljanovic gets up a 3, and it's off the back of the iron. Markovic gets it back. He gets it over to Dobric. Gets it back. Dobric open. Yes! They turn to the veteran, the Olympian. And he delivers with all that experience. He's not shot it well earlier tonight, but in crunch time, he has found his range. Look at it, confidence. And again, a 2-point lead now for Türkiye. This was, not sure who gets the credit for that block, Osmani or Shan. I think it was Osmani that got the block. Under 3 minutes remaining. Erlu gets it across midcourt. Novak sticking to him like white on rice. Berovic, oh, almost. Markovic getting a steal. Just feels like he's grown up before our eyes tonight. And a timeout called by Ataman, not surprisingly. Markovic, just 20 years of age, has really thrilled this crowd tonight. Serbia can just, they can pour in the points in a hurry, which we've seen. And I really think that Ataman has done a great job tonight with his figuring out who's going to play, you know, making the adjustments. You know, you would look at it like on reputation, Hazard is definitely the guy that needs to be in there, but Erlu definitely has probably been more effective in this second half, and he's getting the minutes. Well, you can never rest in these games, that's for sure. 2 minutes, 40 seconds remaining. Davidovic comes back into the game. Osman able to inbound it to Yurtseven. Ooh. Hazard is back in the game now. Gets it back to Yurtseven. Gets blocked by Davidovic. Now Serbia with a chance. Once again to tie it or take the lead. Markovic, bounce pass, tie game. Serbia running that play like a well-oiled machine. And now the pressure really on the 12 giant men. Look at that. They battle for the basketball. It just feels like Serbia everywhere with this suffocating defense. Quick to the basketball, reading the passes, almost coming up with a steal there. And ultimately, maybe a little unlucky. Davidovic called for the foul. And this puts Türkiye on the free throw line. Olympievich thinking, why, oh why is that a foul? So Berovic, who's been on fire, 15 points from deep. He's made his first 2 free throws tonight, goes to the line and makes this one. And Ataman knows this is going to be a very long and uncomfortable 1:55 to close this game out. Who knows, we could have overtime. And Baberovic makes both. Novak has it. Guarded by Hazard, who's been sitting down, resting. He turns left. Novak goes in, whips the pass back outside. They get a three from Markovic. Yes! This is crazy. He is unreal. Bogoljub Markovic standing up to be counted tonight. No fear whatsoever. The Alexander Nikolic explodes. The Serbia fans waving their flags. They've taken their first lead of the game with 1:38 remaining. Baberovic trying to keep it away. He puts it up from deep. They battle for the ball. Osman gets it. Another attempt. Hazard. And he's fouled by Kalinic. And like we said, the free throw line comes into play in these games. And perhaps what's worrying now for Türkiye fans, Hazard is 4 of 8 at the line tonight. He is not a good free throw shooter. He came in shooting 37.5%. So it's the one chink in his armor right now that he needs to get sorted out. But if he can make one of these, he'll tie the game. And he doesn't, but it's going to be Turkish basketball. And they're going to challenge this. I don't even know that they have to, because it could be that the referees would challenge or would go look at it anyway. They can in the final 2 minutes. I thought they got it right the first time, but you may as well use the technology while you've got it. The heart is racing, folks. So let's have a look. They do use the challenge. The majority of the challenges are on these out-of-bounds decisions. I mean, Osmani had his hands on the ball, but it looks like Kalinic knocked that out. This is going to stay with Türkiye. And I can only assume, because Johan Rosa was looking right at it, that he saw what happened. Well, Hazard definitely needs to sort out his free throw issues. I think it must be something that's maybe a little bit recent, because I don't remember him having this issue. Lipjevich being told he needs to stay in his lane coached by the referee Kozlovskis. They inbound the basketball. Baberovic from the corner. He's got it. You cannot make it up. This guy is taking on the world tonight. Novak has it, coming up on the 1 minute mark in the game. Markovic has it now. Passes Davidovic for three. Clanks it off the back of the iron and the backboard. Now Baberovic again. Gets it across midcourt. And bodies are down. The foul called. 2 free throws. Baberovic. And definitely Dobric's trying to get a call to go his way. Going down, you can see Jetty Osman just standing there. Dobrits would make a good thespian. I don't think so. Onion. But still in eternity with 44.5 seconds left. Remember when Ignas Sargūnas in that last window rescued Lithuania with 3 threes in the final 9.8 seconds to beat Great Britain in London. So this is a lot of time. Obviously that was pretty extraordinary, but still crazy things happen in the European qualifiers for the FIBA Basketball World Cup. And Baberovic makes the first. He's hit some big free throws tonight. 5 of 5. No, 3 of 3. Ooh, and gets the second one to go as well. So timeout. Türkiye, they were wobbling, but they have come back. Basically, it feels like Tarik Baberovic just said, hey guys, don't worry about it. Just jump on my back. Let's go. Felt like Markovic, when he hit that 3, the dam was about to break. But all night long, Türkiye have had so many answers. And it's interesting to see these veterans coming through in the clutch, but also in Serbia's case, Markovic. Well, Greece fell to Montenegro tonight. France edged Hungary with a late 3. Poland edged Latvia tonight. 84-82. I mean, these games are awesome. It just feels like everything stops when these qualifiers are on and everybody's locked in. What did we do tonight? How did we do tonight? How did we play at Serbia? How did Serbia do? Everybody's going to wake up tomorrow and read about this and watch the highlights. Here we are. Novak has it for Serbia as we come out of the timeout. Shot clock down to 8. Novak bounce pass. Markovic goes up and they get an easy one. Well constructed. Nice play. Markovic continues to deliver. And Davidovic with the foul on you-know-who, Hazer, so he's going back to the line. And you wonder if that's part of the strategy now. They wanted to get that quick foul on Hazer, knowing he just missed a couple. He's fouled out meanwhile, Davidovic. Can Hazer block out the noise? And he continues to struggle at the stripe. And Türkiye have shot free throws well tonight, except for him. And Ataman has to be thinking maybe he doesn't need to be on the court right now. If he makes this one, perhaps all will be forgiven. And he does lock in. He's just too good of a player to have issues. Too good of a shot to have issues at the line. A lot of players go through this. Makes 1 of 2. It's a 3-point lead for Türkiye. Serbia called a timeout. And I'm just going to double check as you look at the shooting numbers tonight. Hazer at the Eurobasket shot 9 of 15 at the free throw line. Did not attempt one in the final against Germany, nor did he shoot one against Serbia in the group phase. Both teams winning their opening 2 games in the last window, now trading blows. The winner tonight goes top of the group, and they're going to play again in Istanbul in a few days' time. Kalinic is fouled out. Davidovic is fouled out for Serbia. And Serbia need to score, and then they need to get pressure. And I don't think there's any question. I don't think they have to foul, because I think they can probably come up with a steal or 2. Novak has it, but they've got to score now. Türkiye, nope, they're going to give up a 3, and Dobric misses everything. I thought maybe they might go out and foul instead of allowing him to attempt a 3. And now with 16 seconds left, Olimpijevich thinking there was a foul there, or maybe he's yelling at his teams. His players. They've got a foul. Yeah, that's probably what it was. So Cedi Osman takes the inbounds pass. He will go to the line. Well, Serbia have been living very dangerously in these qualifiers, and like I said, they've been able to come back against Switzerland and Bosnia-Herzegovina and win both of those games. And tonight, well, they've come back, but Türkiye have been just that little bit better, I think, than those other 2 teams. And now Osman has a chance to really make this difficult. Takes his time, makes the first. That coach looking at his watch like he's got to catch a flight. I wonder what time their flight's leaving. Here's Osman. And he makes it. Of course, he had free throw issues as well. Don't forget, he missed some really big ones in his career. Here's Dobric for 3. Got it. Back to a 2-point game. Don't go anywhere, folks. Osmani has it. Oh, and it's Hazer. And he's fouled by Markovic. But interestingly, it's Hazer. And Hazer is going to have to go to the line. Look at this, Dobric. Crazy. They refuse to lose. Anything can happen, folks. Buckle them up. Hazer takes the first and makes it. Now, this is the big one. He gets it to go. Nothing but silky smooth twine. Dobric gets it up. And Türkiye win it over Serbia, 82-78. Tremendous game. Anytime you get a win in Belgrade, that is huge. Türkiye will be celebrating tonight. And again, these teams are going to trade blows in a few days' time in Istanbul. Well, just when you think you figured it all out, Hazer, who had struggled at the line, goes up and just calmly sinks both free throws. I mean, neither of those shots were in doubt. Babirovic, tremendous tonight for Türkiye, 22 points. He was electric. Cedi Osman, steady as they go. Steady Cedi, 6 assists to go with his 16 points. 14 for Omer Yurtseven. He was terrific. And you got to talk about Bogoje Markovic from Serbia. You know, how good is this guy going to be? 19 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, and 17 for Dobric. He got hot in that fourth quarter. 10 points for Miljanovic. The Turkish fans applaud their team as they go off the court. And again, Serbia ended up with 3 more threes, but 2 more makes inside the arc for Türkiye. And look at the free throws, 24 of 31. So they ended up with a lot more attempts, 3 more rebounds for the visitors, 2 more assists for the host, and 2 more turnovers. And I think Serbia just weren't able to speed up the game like they wanted to. Markovic with 19, 17 for Dobric, Miljanovic 10. Like I said, Baberovic had the game high 22, 16 for Osman, and 14 for Yurtseven. For the fourth quarter, best plays, take your pick. There were plenty of them. Baberovic, clutch shooting, big 3-pointer there. Markovic getting it over to Dobric, knocking down the 3. Baberovic again says, I've got this. And he did. Another 3. Collins gets down, and look at this block from Osmani. Swatted it. Turkish fans, I believe, liking that. Beautiful bounce pass coming out of the timeout. And the bucket for Novak. And Novak with that spin and the bounce pass to Markovic. We'll be seeing those 2 guys a lot. But it wasn't enough for Serbia as Türkiye get a priceless win. They've now got 3 wins. And they improved to 3-0. So you see 3-0, 2-1 for Serbia. Bosnia and Switzerland both at 0-2. Turkey will qualify for the second round if they get another win. And when they go up against Serbia in that next one. What a game, folks. Thanks for watching.